Hey Happy Crew, HappiDaze here. In today's video, we're going ahead and taking on day 4 of the Grand Party matches. So let's see if we can get that 10 wins, get all the rewards for the season, hopefully close it out, and move on with our lives for Grand Party and get ready for TM, which starts in, just 7 hours from now. So let's go ahead and get into Grand Party. We are going to use the Quick versus Luffy today. We used the Yamato yesterday, so check that out if you want to see how she did in PvP. But today we're going to try out with the Quick Luffy, and tomorrow we're going to try with the Dex Kaido that is the mirror image of the Luffy unit there. So let's go ahead and just pick maybe this second team. I guess that sounds good. For the first team, let's see. I'm probably going to have my Int team go against that team just to see what happens. And then we'll have our Dex team go in the middle there. So, yeah, let's see. It'll be an Int versus Int first matchup to see how it goes. Take a quick gander at what units they have on their team here. So they have your Rogue, obviously debuffs a lot of Psy units. Ohm, again, meant to take out Psy units. Uta does do some damage there. But yeah, overall, it's not like a super crazy scary team there, so I'm not too worried. So yeah, let's see if we can get through. They are using the Psy G5 Luffy, so we just do have to be able to watch out for their burst. And if we end up using our special, really, it's not going to help us on this match because we don't get the haste there. But we'll still be able to do some damage if we use it. So Luffy's going to go here, probably after Vegapunk goes. Monster shot, took out a couple guys himself. You love to see that. We're going to take out probably another 2 here. Just not enough to take them out. So that was Yamato doing her crazy shot that she does. Bonnie's going to do rewinding. Bonnie's actually not ready, so she's not going to rewind specials. But Alice is going to just go ahead and help take out the rest of these guys. Unfortunately for us, our burst gauge hasn't charged because we're not doing much in terms of damage, things like that. So, or taking damage, I should say. So yeah, we're just waiting. Hopefully we'll have our burst ready for the second match. But we'll see what happens. I don't think they've even charged their gauge more than 5%, if that. So yeah, we're gonna have the type advantage going into match number 2. So you do love to see that. So this will be our Dex team versus their Quick team. So the usual Quick units you see, Kainu gives the HP cut, Shiki could do some damage there to start with 4k hit, Kaido does some damage, you have Fuji who kind of gives defense, especially to during characters, so a tanky team, but luckily for us, the units that we have here are pretty crazy. And we also have the new Kaido on this team as well. So yeah, hopefully once he goes, with the combination of Big Mom, him, and Ace, we should be able to do just a absolute ton of damage to the units there. Kaido's going right here. So he didn't knock out any units, but he pretty much got everyone just about to the point where they're probably at 25% HP. We do finally get our burst ready, so I just want to use it. So worst case, we actually have a chance to use it. Giving us a bunch of stat increases, giving us the haste, doing some damage. Big Mom's just going to come out and just do some additional damage here. Hitting for 17k a pop. And yeah, at this point, there's no way their 3 units that are left can beat ours. So it was cool that we actually got to test it out. Like I said, this burst leader really favors Dex and Quick teams. So if you're facing teams that have Dex or Quick, you're gonna do really good. And if you don't, then yeah, you can still get some damage from the burst itself, but you're not gonna get a lot of the stat buffs and the haste that you get if you have a Dex or a Quick team. So there we go. That's going to secure us the 10 wins that we need to get up to 10, get the max rewards for the season. You'd love to see that. Hopefully everyone gets up to 10. I wish it was like this all the time, to be honest. Even if they moved it from 15 to 12, I think it would be better. But yeah, I do like how they kind of keep it low for the special Grand Party event. So with that, let's go ahead and get into match number 2. Got some more Psy Luffy captain there. Got a Smoothie rare recruit and a S-Hawk rare recruit. Let's go ahead and take on that middle team. I believe that first, yeah, it's a Quick team in the up front there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and maybe we'll go ahead and try out again same strategy that we did last thing. We'll have maybe our Int team go first. and then we can figure out what we want to do for the second match. I don't think it really would matter if we do our Dex or our Quick Team, because it looks like it's probably a Psy team in that middle column there. So yeah, let's just go ahead and take on this, and I am just going to swap out and end up putting the Int Luffy there, and we'll keep maybe the Quick Team for match number 2, because they had a bunch of buffs this season. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that and see how that goes. So the Dex team is really tanky. They're going to probably charge their burst really quick if that Kaido can go, because he does damage to defense, so obviously that's going to not be fun. You got to watch out for the Don Chinjiao here. He can do the special rewind. Dofi does the damage, more damage the farther the match goes on. Same thing for Soul Mask on the bench there. Big Mom does a pretty nasty half stats and then hit. So yeah, I mean a lot of scarier units on this squad. But yeah, we'll see if we can't go ahead and get through it. Once we start taking some damage, we'll have some specials going. Like I said, you won't see the full benefit of those specials until we get to the second or third match. But yeah, so you can see we got our special bind right there by the Don Chinjiao unit there. Took a little bit of damage from Lucci there. Dofi doing a little bit more. So let's just use one special, see what happens. Oh. Thought I had triggered the burst. Maybe I didn't by accident. Alright, let's see if we can get a burst going here. We'll see if Atlas can go. Hopefully, looks like she'll go after Luffy. Alright, we did get rid of the Don Chinjiao unit, which is good. That just allows us to not have to worry about the special bind. Like I said, now it's just kind of a matter of just kind of waiting on. We're going to end up getting 2 7,500 attacks here to 2 characters. So yeah, we'll see if we're able to charge our gauge one more time. Their burst is just about ready, so I'll be curious to see if they're going to end up using it on this match or if they'll save it. It is ready now, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Another 7,500 hit here. And she ended up suiciding herself, so she ended up taking that other unit out there, and we should get the victory here. So we are going to take a burst right off rip for match number 2. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and go with, I guess, our Dex team for match number 2. I think the Kaido damage to defense will be good. We'll be able to pretty much use our burst as soon as they use their burst. And hopefully some of these guys can hang on for a little bit at least to help us get that victory. The benefit that we have here is because it is a Dex team, we're able to get the buffs from the captain if we can use our burst, the haste, and things like that. So there we go. We take a nasty little shot there, but we'll be able to at least do some damage here and just give some buffs to our units. You can see the shot really didn't do too much. The haste is really, I think, where the benefit of this comes, right? So we just want to use it just so we get the burst gauge charging again, and then kind of see where we go from there. Probably gonna get our burst gauge charged right here. Unfortunately, she took out. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. So let's go ahead and use one of our bursts here. We'll see if we can get some people to get charged to the front. Hopefully, with them, we can actually start doing some damage if all goes well. Odin's gonna go here and just do some more damage to us. That was bad for us. That special bind wasn't really that great. 40% HP cut here from the Roger. So feeling pretty confident here. We even have one unit left on the bench, so as long as we get, you know, that unit to survive, we could take even if they did a huge shot. And yeah, there we go. We were able to secure the victory. So it was a little bit scary. We did have to take the burst there, and then unfortunately we got some special bind on some units there that caused us some worry. But ultimately we were able to eke out the win, get win number 11 for the day, which you'd love to see. So yeah, with that, let's do the final match of this day and hopefully wrap it up and get ready to hopefully get 15 out of 15 tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. So let's see what our opponents look like for match number 3. So it looks like we have 3 Psy G5 leaders again. Like I said, if I wasn't playing conservative or kind of playing around, I'd probably end up swapping out one of my teams for the strength team to be able to take on that bottom team there. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take on that top team. I think that there's a free spirit team at the very top. Yep, looks like it is. So we'll just have our free spirits go in the top slot, and then we can just choose whatever team we want to go for the second and third fights there. So let's go ahead and keep the same order, I guess, that we had. And we can decide whether we want to swap the Dex and the Quick at the end there. But let's go ahead and get this done. Now, really the key for winning this match is hopefully being able to get our specials off, particularly the Bonnie and the Vegapunk, to help get the special rewind away from the Nami Karina unit. And then once we get that done, everything else should just kind of fall into place pretty easily. Their backbench isn't scary. They do have the Blue Jam unit on there who could do the 4k fixed damage if he's level limit break 5, so maybe something a little bit something to worry about. But overall, the backbench isn't that scary. As long as we can take out their front line, that will just make things a lot better. We get some special CT for their side from Sanji. Sanji's hitting a woman. That's not cool. Gonna get the provokes from Zoro. I think that Nami and Karina are gonna get to go, unfortunately, which means that we're gonna probably have to wait a little bit to fire off some specials. Probably going to take a shot here from the G5 Luffy. Unfortunately, not enough to charge our burst gauge, but it is what it is. That's awesome. We took out 2 units there. We did some special rewind, it looks like, on hopefully the Nami and Karina there, so they're not going to be able to go ahead and do anything to us. And it was some force outs, actually, from the G5 Luffy there. Atlas is going to come in and just hopefully just absolutely demolish everyone else. Yeah, so at this point, they don't have G5 Luffy anymore. Yeah, this match is pretty much over at this point. There's really not much they can do from their side to change the outcome. Yeah, Otama's going to come back and Sanji are going to come back, but at this point, they really don't have any huge damage dealers to be able to kind of take us down. We're probably going to get a burst charge very shortly. And the good news is their burst gauge is probably only charged right now, probably less than 50%. So the good news is that means hopefully we don't have to take a burst off of Riff on that second match like we did in the previous battle that we just did. Looks like I'll get another 7,500 attack, hopefully from Yamato here. Not enough to kill, but that's fine. Once Luffy goes, this match should pretty much be over. Alright, there we go. We were able to go ahead and take out that team, get the victory there. I think I'm going to put the Quick team in slot number 2. Like I said, we have no idea what their second or third team are. So yeah, let's just put that in there and go. And actually, I think we might have lucked out. It looks like that's the strength team, which is like perfect. So yeah, completely random guess, but hopefully it works out pretty well with the team that we have here. Now, obviously, if we had Sugar, on this team, it would have been better. She gives more of a debuff to the strength characters, but yeah, we built this team to be more versatile, not necessarily thinking we'd be facing strength characters necessarily. But yeah, is what it is. Like I said, we'll just keep going. We want to hopefully get our specials off before the Luffy's be able to get his special off, because it does damage through defense, which is obviously a pain. But I think what I could do here is just use the burst to just make everyone get hasted up, and hopefully that will just make it a lot better. So we did take a shot. We're just going to use the burst again. Not so much for the haste, but for the damage. Just see if we can do a little bit more damage. It looks like, yeah, it looks like all our units are now hasted to the top. You'd love to see that. And now we're basically just going to go to town, taking everyone else out there. Alright, 3 units left. They have no way of basically being able to charge their burst with just the 3 that are left. So yeah, should hopefully be a pretty easy victory from here on out. If they do start doing a bunch of damage, again, we have one more burst ready in case we need it, but hopefully we shouldn't need that anyway. We could take some damage from the Soba Mask there if he goes, just because the time is ticking down. We're not below the 30-second threshold yet, so I'm not super worried, but just something to keep an eye on and look out for. But hopefully we can kill him before his special goes. We couldn't. That's completely fine. Just go ahead and use the burst. Probably should have waited just a couple more seconds so I could have actually give the buff to the 3 characters on the screen there, but didn't matter. Either way, we were able to go ahead and get the victory. So yeah, I mean, this is the second of the, of the legends that I've debuted with seeing how their grand party is. So I think Yamato was a little bit better. I liked her a little bit better, I think, than using the Luffy here. I still think that the Int Luffy is going to be, the one that everyone goes with, especially because that's the perfect G5 counter, who, as you saw, a lot of people are still running. So yeah, I think it's interesting. He would be great to help buff those 2 teams, the Dex and the Quick, but ultimately, I don't know how much I would be using him outside of this event, just because he's boosted with the extra burst turn and the reduced requirements to trigger his burst. But that's going to wrap it up for me today. Let me know in the comment section below how your day number 4 went. We have one more day left. It doesn't really matter. We get the 10-10, so we don't get any extra rewards. It's just more bragging rights, seeing if we can go ahead and just finish off the season. And like I said, we'll be using the Dex Kaido, who's on the Dex team that you saw here, as the friend captain, just see how he, or as the burst captain, just see how he does tomorrow. So stay tuned, and until next time, be kind to each other.